Good afternoon and welcome to This Week in the Word. Today we're going to be starting in Ezra chapter 7 verse 10. And at this point, Ezra has gotten his letter of approval from the king and he is heading to Jerusalem. But there's something that he does right before he goes to Jerusalem that's very important. And it's mentioned in verse 10. It says, "For Ezra had prepared his heart to seek the law of the Lord and to do it and to teach in Israel statutes and judgments." And I want to just focus on this first part of the verse. It says, "For Ezra had prepared his heart to seek the law of the Lord." You know, we've got our Royal Seed Summit coming up here in just a couple weeks, and whether it be a summit or a big revival or even just your everyday devotions or every week church services, so often we go into these things and we expect God to do something great because we showed up. But that's not really how it works. If we want to maximize how God works in our life, we need to show up ready. In fact, Ezra, before he heads to Jerusalem, he's going to meet. He's going to have all those who are going to travel with him. They're all going to meet at a river, and they fast and pray for 3 days for God's blessing, his guidance, his protection on their journey, so that they didn't have to request anything of the king. And that's amazing. They took concerted time and effort to prepare. And of course, this applies in all aspects of life. The NBA playoffs are on right now. And what do you notice about every team? Before tip-off, they're practicing, they're stretching, they're hydrating, they're doing different things to prepare so that they can maximize what they can get out of this game. And the same goes for our spiritual life. If we want God to speak to us, if we want to be receptive to God's word, to his guidance, to what he has for our life, we need to make sure that our hearts are ready. If we go into a service with a hard heart, with an unreceptive spirit, we can't be mad when we don't get anything. And so Ezra understood that he needed to put time and effort into making sure that he had plowed up his fallow ground in his heart, that he was ready to receive whatever God was trying to get across to him. And so that would be my encouragement to you this week. Whether it's in preparation for the Royal Seed Summit, which hopefully we'll see you at, or whether it's just in before your daily devotions or some church service, make sure you go in with a ready heart, a receptive spirit, and you'll be amazed at how much God will bless that. And that'll be my encouragement to you this week. Thank you so much for listening to This Week in the Word today.